Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for December 22nd, 2013. It's currently 9:30 a.m. Your favorite meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino, is back. A little bit less congested. No headache, thank God. And the last time we talked, we were in the 20s and 30s at this time of the morning. Today, how about almost near 70 degrees in Philadelphia? It is 9:30 a.m. and it's December 22nd. It is correct. But we have temperatures I'm more used to seeing in the spring. Don't get used to this. It's not going to last very long. Winds are from the southwest around 10 to 20 miles per hour. And we have overcast skies over many locations with a cold front on the way. Now, with that cold front on the way, there will be a potential for some thunderstorms. That's right, you heard me right. I want to show you some data here. Let me zoom out here for a second. What I want to take a look at is basically the potential for lifting in the atmosphere. Now, this is the surface CAPE. What that basically means is the energy in the atmosphere. And when you go from the surface up to 500 millibars, it really isn't much in the way of instability. However, where I do most unstable, well, there is plenty of CAPE here over much of New Jersey, Philadelphia, and New York City. So what is this telling me? This is telling me I have to look at the mid-levels of the atmosphere to see if there's any instability, and there is. So what type of dynamics does this tell me about this cold front that's moving through? Well, it's telling me that as we have precipitation approaching the Philadelphia metropolitan area, any of these showers or thunderstorms get enough lifting to push, let's say, above 850 millibars, will be capable of becoming what's called an elevated thunderstorm. They won't be severe in nature, but they'll be capable of very heavy downpours, strong winds up to 50 miles per hour, occasional lightning, and likely will put a bit of a shock on you as you're driving to get your presents or whatnot on this Sunday morning and afternoon. So this cold front will be moving through slowly but surely through the next 24 hours, with the warmest temperatures happening now, with temperatures topping off in the lower to mid 70s along the coast, upper 60s likely over the interior just because the rain will start sooner there, and just a very warm day for sure throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area with record-breaking highs. Like I said, don't get used to it, because once this cold front moves through, temperatures will be falling steadily over the next 48 hours. Here is another representation of that cold front. Very impressive cold front. A lot of severe weather developing over the southeast, unfortunately, as this cold front powers on through and heads towards the east coast. Here's all warm air just surging up the east coast under this warm front. And then this strong cold front and this low pressure system that produce a massive ice storm over portions of Oklahoma, and especially around Oklahoma City, will continue to lift northeast into the Great Lakes and start the transition back towards our winter pattern that is going to be very cold and very stormy. So, to go over the forecast, this cold front moves through, periods of rain today, and then once this cold front moves through, then temperatures start to free fall and continue to fall through tomorrow and into Tuesday. So here is the latest European model guidance from the Penn State EWOL website. Again, for today, very warm conditions ahead of this cold front, periods of showers working in from the west. Some of those showers will feature elevated thunderstorms capable of heavy downpours. Now notice this storm right here and the trough carving out in the eastern two-thirds of the country. This is going to be a key important factor moving forward over the next 10 days. So the cold front moves through on Monday night. We'll see temperatures steadily falling. Our high temperature on Monday will be in the early morning hours around 58 degrees, and then temperatures will slowly fall through the 50s. The cold air, though, is going to hold back just a little bit. On Tuesday, high pressures in control. Christmas Eve, dry conditions generally expected. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a stray snow shower or two from a passing disturbance, but otherwise dry conditions will be expected. Temperatures will fall through the 40s and into the 30s on Tuesday as that cold air really invades the region. So look for a high temperature around 41, a low temperature in the lower to mid 30s, mostly in the evening hours. Then on Christmas Day, it's going to be a very cold day. Dry conditions expected with high pressure in control. Temperatures ranging from the upper teens to lower 20s over the interior, lower to mid 20s along the coast. High temperatures in the mid to upper 20s over the interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. So it's going to be a very chilly day on Christmas Day. And then for the rest of the week, for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, high pressure generally in control through this entire period. Temperatures will pretty much average near normal as we wait for the next Arctic surge. Temperatures generally in the upper 30s to lower 40s for highs. Low temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Now notice this right here. This is the polar vortex. Now I discussed this in the long range video I did back on Thursday night. We're going to see a fundamental change in our weather pattern. This change is going to be slow and steady, and you'll notice the difference because moving forward on Sunday, we get a little bit warmer. Our temperatures go into the lower to mid 40s, and then we really fall into the deep freeze thereafter with the Arctic air invading much of the United States. The ensemble model guidance on the European takes this polar vortex and brings it down here towards the Hudson Bay rather than towards the northern Canada. And that's all going to be related on depending on how much this ridge builds over Alaska and then back into the Arctic Circle. A lot of indication supports the idea of this polar vortex dropping south towards Ontario and driving in a lot of Arctic air into the region. Meanwhile, a subtropical jet stream, an active one, like this little storm right here, undercuts that Arctic air, and we start getting into a very interesting pattern as we get into the first week of January. So it looks like we're moving towards a rather cold and stormy weather pattern just in time for the first of the new year. Meanwhile, Christmas, well, we won't have this warm weather anymore, but at least it'll be dry for all your travel needs. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.